And right now, what is your biggest concern when it comes to Chapman life? And what type of support are you all getting from Chapman?
They feel they don't have a need for Black Student Union. The attitudes, I would say, are, some people just don't feel as connected. I just think the Black students that came in this year as freshmen were more socially aware and wanted to be a part of change.
It's kind of hard for me to comprehend why some other people don't empathize very well. My name is Leah Thomas. I am a third-year environmental science and policy major, and I'm currently a resident advisor in the Sandu Hall. Sometimes it can be very isolating being Black at Chapman. I feel like I definitely have to own my identity because when people see me, they obviously know that I'm Black. I feel like I have to overcompensate my Blackness, even if it's in class, if there's ever a discussion on diversity, I feel like I need to raise my hand and speak because I feel like people are expecting me to speak. Even in my job, with my job, I feel like I need to speak for the Black voice, so it can be very isolating, feeling very different all the time and feeling like I have to own this responsibility to constantly be an educator, even though I'm not a trained educator. It's really interesting within the Office of Housing and Residence Life. I mean, I do communicate with them about what it is and how it is to be Black. There's me, there's another Black RA, and there's currently a Black RD, which is really awesome. And even if you calculate the data, there are more Black RAs within OHRL than there are students within the Chapman community. But I think they're definitely making improvements. I'm also a part of the Diversity and Inclusion Initiative on the People of Color Board, and we're moving forward in a direction where there will be a physical space. It might not be a multicultural center, but we're moving towards having an actual physical space. There's a lot of progress that's being made, but it does get very frustrating. I feel like I get a lot more questions than some of my peers who are not Black get. For example, I had a student ask me if I was from Compton. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and even when I told him I wasn't from Compton, you could see this look of sadness in his eyes when, he found out I wasn't from the quote-unquote hood. But when I'm wearing my hair curly, I've had words like wild or exotic, or I've had this specific question in the chemistry lab, are you ever going to tame your hair? So I've had questions like that where people are trying to give me compliments, but they use these very strange words to talk about me, which make me feel, again, very isolated and very different. It's hard because I do want to be an educator, but I don't always want to take on the burden of educating other people about things that they don't know. I don't know, it's I need to play this whole role of ooh, I need to do all these things in order for people to like me.
My name is Imani Woodley. I'm a sophomore, and I am the Director of Publicity for the Black Student Union. My Black experience at Chapman has been a roller coaster. My first semester was really rough. I didn't know that there would be basically no other Black people at Chapman until maybe a week before I got here. I looked it up and it was 1.8% Black. And I'm not good at math, but I knew that was a really small fraction. Basically never saw any Black people, and it was really rough adjusting. My first day of classes, I walked in and there was a Black girl. Now she's my best friend because I sat next to her because she was another Black girl. And it's been rough sometimes, feeling very alone and not knowing, if people understood me or where I was coming from. And sometimes feeling if I voiced how I felt that I would be an angry Black girl. That's something that I've had to get over. It was rough. One thing that I have noticed a lot about being black at Chapman is that there's like a lot of black kids who want to distance themselves a lot from the rest of us, not wanting to come to BSU and them not wanting to be associated with us, not associated, but you know, not wanting to, some people just say they want to be tied down to BSU, and I thought that was really interesting because as a minority at the school, we do kind of look cliquey to a certain extent. Or like, I had somebody ask me once if I have friends outside of the Black People Brigade. Like, yes, I have friends outside of BSU, but that is an association that I thought was really weird, that if you go to BSU, then you are stuck with black people or you can't have white friends or something like that. Another thing that I noticed was the difference in how black women are treated and how black men are treated. Black guys, most of them here are athletes, so people think that they're cool. And black guys, they have a different connotation than black women do. A lot of times, black girls here are kind of fetishized. We're told, like, I've had a friend who was like, oh, like some guy told her, like, I want some like chocolate cocoa something or other. They perceive your race in a certain way, or if they are ashamed of you because you're that race, which sounds ludicrous.
I was seeing things on the news and Twitter and Facebook.
The other day we had a event, but it was only on Facebook, a last minute a solidarity kind of peace rally thing where we're for the Mizzou students, which had a great turnaround, and we were on the front page of the Panther.
BSU definitely, there's not like one mindset that everyone has, and I think there is a lot of diversity within BSU, and I really appreciate that. And even when I do disagree with people, that's a connection that I don't think I would be able to find anywhere else, and it really is like a family, and I really love having that on campus.
One of our executive members, Amani, she has been spearheading the installation of AKA here on campus, and it's going to be happening.
AKA, which is Alpha Kappa Alpha, was the first black sorority ever started by a group of black women at a time where black women could not be a part of white sororities. What really attracted me to AKA was just the fact that these are very intelligent, very strong women who mostly happen to be black, but you know, I just have like this amazing philosophy, and they have the best philanthropies that, you know, look into helping communities in the African American communities, black communities, and helping different countries in Africa, help girls there get educations. And it was just, the more I read about it, the more I loved it, and it just has like this amazingly rich history that I think could really benefit Chapman. Most schools within the Southern California area already have an AKA chapter, which I think every school should. And so knowing that it wasn't a Chapman, I was like, oh, we should totally have this. AKAs are the bomb. They're strong and cool and smart, just like most Chapman women happen to be.
Like a lot of times, sometimes people say you need to forget about slavery, you need to get over segregation, it's not happening anymore. I don't want to always think about the fact that I'm the only black kid in the room, but people like to remind me of that.